Na 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 na. This is our mission, and our mission is to bring down the walls.
It's a mission to fall to submission.
Life is an addiction with conviction. You're a Hollywood star.
My addiction to feed my conviction.
Light up the fire, I bring it back to life. Taking us higher like it's the 4th of July.
This is your preeminent Blappy Starcraft League talk show, BSL Talk. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Workaday Mango, who we unfortunately interrupted in the middle of a workout, but he's been kind enough to join us anyway. How you doing? How you doing, buddy?
I'm getting a good sweat in. Just getting my reflexes ready.
Getting the sweat practice in for when you're putting all those APMs in.
That's right.
I like it. I like it. Our second co-host is the lovely Dango Blitz, who unfortunately is on some shoddy Wi-Fi, so we just have his beautiful logo and not his beautiful face. But hopefully in the future we can see him. How you doing?
I'm working on it.
It's a work in progress.
I heard a rumor you have a new logo coming.
Yeah, it's in the works. Some artists are
Okay.
You got some new artists working on a logo for the wow.
possibly.
Can we get any hints as to what might be in it?
Yeah, it's similar to the one I threw in that meme video.
Okay. I think all of our listeners and watchers saw the meme video, so I'm sure they know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so imagine this. Okay, so you know how my name is Dongo Blitzkrieg, right?
Yeah. Yes, for sure. I just introduced you as that.
So you got here's the idea for the image. You got a Dongo, which is like a little dumpling thing.
I was gonna say, probably should know what Dongo is.
Yeah. Behind it. That. And then Blitzkrieg is gonna be a tank playing in a tank.
Okay. Oh, so you just completely told us what your logo was going to be. I just wanted like some teasers.
No,
I wanted to.
I-
You got to keep the people coming back for more.
They want to see this.
Well, no, they will, but you got to keep them interested. You got to keep them wanting. Now they know what it is, and the allure's gone.
Can you stasis a Dongo?
He's gone.
Is he
No
gone?
no
Did he just-
answer.
did
Oh,
I
we
make
might
him quit?
have lost him.
We
We might have lost him. All right, we're gonna continue on anyway. Oh wait.
Okay, hopefully.
Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, he'll come back.
Um.
I'll text him too.
Okay. All right. Big guy. What so we got a new season starting up. We're hoping that this is the first season that we actually finish.
That would be very good.
If we get halfway through, it'll be the longest running season of the BSL.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
keeping expectations low.
Has Phil responded to your text?
Has Phil responded to my text?
Yeah, he said he was interested in playing this season.
Yeah, is he?
No.
I didn't think so. There's no way we're going down that road again. But okay, you do mention Phil.
Yep.
Phil was one of the players we had in previous seasons who unfortunately did not grasp on to the love of StarCraft like the rest of the league, and was one of the reasons that our previous iterations of the BSL folded. But we do have a couple of new players who we can talk about a little bit now, or we can talk about a little bit later. What do you think?
I would. Let me see. Let's just chat about it now.
Okay. So I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody watching can tell, but we didn't really do a very good job of outlining what we were going to talk about this episode. But
No, I'm on a bike too.
I'd say, as with all things BSL, we just kind of hit it and go, just kind of the way it is. Okay, so first new player, who I think is probably going to be the most promising new player and has a chance to put himself at the top of the standings, is Lucky J, also known as Jack. Jack has a lot of StarCraft 2 experience, not much Brood War experience, but still some RTS experience as well as some just general StarCraft knowledge, which
Yeah.
I think is going to put him definitely more than a couple steps above our other new players joining the league. Have you talked with Jack or played with Jack at all since he started picking up Brood War?
I haven't played with Jack, but I think I was in a call with he and forgot what my name's yet, Zelly.
Yeah.
And he power up a hill.
Are you going up a hill right now? Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh
the
God.
The resistance goes up. So he described it as he was frustrated but loved it, which is a good sign.
I mean, that's how everybody feels about this stupid game. This is the most frustrating game I've ever played.
Oh yeah,
that was actually going to be one of the better topics for this evening.
Ah, he's back.
Let's
Your boy Dango's back. We were just touching on some of the newer players, and Working at Mingo was just saying about how Jack was loving it and hating it at the same time. Oh, okay. You heard the whole time. You just weren't saying anything.
That's so polite.
Are you still here, or are you gone again?
For being removed.
I think we got him. Okay.
Okay, you're cutting. I think you're cutting in and out again because if you're talking, we're not hearing you.
This is
well. Now we are. A plus production quality for the BSL. Only the best. You're welcome, everyone. Okay, so Jack was saying he likes the game, but it's super frustrating. Is that it?
That was pretty much it. I was just going to say, I think he's probably, like you said, the most promising of the newcomers, just because of past experience with the direct sequel to the game. But I'm positive there are certain things that he's going to have to probably get through. Probably the most annoying thing is, I think in StarCraft 2, you can queue workers onto mineral patches.
Yeah, you can rally point them right onto mineral patches.
Yeah. So I mean, us, we forget already. So if you're someone who's just used to that being a fact,
absolutely.
I can see that really biting you.
Well, and we can touch more on this later when we go under kind of the race breakdowns that everybody's planning on playing. But he's actually switching from he played Zerg in StarCraft 2,
was also super interesting.
and he's switching to Protoss, or he's planning on switching to Protoss for the BSL, which I guess is because he loves Dragoons. That's a direct quote.
Yep.
He said, "I played with Dragoons once and I love them, and now I'm a Protoss player."
He was like, "Oh, do you guys know about Docker?"
I know of them. Yeah.
They're just little. They're a walker, kind of like a Dragoon is a walker, but they're tiny, nimble, and a Dragoon is just. You know what a Dragoon is. It's just special.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big, bulky, can't walk. And Jack currently loves them. So I'm all for it, honestly.
All right, Steve, do you have any thoughts? Have you talked with Jack at all about the BSL, about StarCraft Brood War, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty excited. He keeps trying to downplay himself as if he's not going to be good at all.
That's classic Jack. That's why we love him.
Get on, shows he's on StarCraft 2, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just on for the nostalgia." But it's like, why are you in Gold League?
He's just that good. He's on for the nostalgia, and you just can't lose.
When he beats you in the BSL, it's gonna be just for the nostalgia.
When he beats you, he's gonna apologize. He's gonna feel bad about it.
For sure.
He's like, "Dude, I did not mean to base wipe you that early. My bad. That's on me."
In StarCraft 2, it's a lot harder to do that.
Jack's merciless. He's ruthless. I'm actually really excited to see what he can do. Low-key, I think Zelly said it in his little preseason video. Dark horse, but not really a dark horse because everybody expects him to be good.
That sounds about right.
All right. If there's nothing else about Lucky J, our next newcomer to the BSL is Fridboy 10, who is my little brother, unfortunately. And he picked the worst race in the game to play. He picked Terran.
The whites.
I just don't even know what to say. Ben, I know this. He has some Warcraft 3 experience. We played Warcraft 3 growing up, so he's got some RTS experience. But he's definitely.
How old were you guys when you played Warcraft 3?
Oh, we started playing when we went over to my cousin's house one time. And I was probably 12 or 13, so he would have been 9 or 10. But he got the classic little brother treatment where he learned about the game from watching me play. because we each got like a half an hour of video game time. And
Uh-huh.
so I went first, and then I would just talk him into letting me have his half hour, and I would just keep playing and make him watch.
Perfect.
So he knows what it's like to watch a lot of RTSs.
He knows of RTS games.
Correct.
Yes.
No, but he was always pretty good at Warcraft 3. I mean, I got to give him props. He was always pretty good.
Okay.
We'll see how well that translates. I don't know. I thought it translated fairly well for me, but I think it's really going to come down to how much effort he's willing to put in, like how much he's willing to grind.
He pretty consistently says he has nothing to do, so
yeah,
I think eventually he'll fall down the rabbit hole.
and we got him. I got him to play a couple games the other night, which is good. I think we talked him into playing the campaign because obviously everyone says that's the best way to learn the game and learn the basics is just play the campaign. Dango, have you talked to him at all about Terran or anything like that?
We lose him?
Crickets. Where
There
are
he
you
is.
going? You're on a
God
talk show.
forbid.
What are you
God
doing?
forbid.
Are you cooking dinner right now?
It's the fact that the video is just slowing down my Wi-Fi.
Oh, yep. Blame our video. Blame our video.
Terran advice.
Classic Terran.
I'm interested to see what he does with Terran. Because, like, you know, Terran gets, and this is kind of race, but Terran gets touted, you know, as this big race, you know, and it's I think Terran has the highest potential, but I think you really only see that with, like, players that can tap that
I
potential.
won that in high school.
Yeah.
Highest potential?
Highest potential.
No, you didn't, you liar.
I don't know if it worked out, but
You did not.
okay.
It's like, you know, like, the Terran engagements are, like, very micro heavy. It's like,
Well, you're married too, right?
to click your tank and position it so it's not running into units, and then place mine right at the front. If you know if you're fighting Protoss, can you select only? Because if you have Marines and medics, both, you cannot stim the Marines.
You cut out a little bit for me.
Oh, I know. I heard him. He's good on my
Okay.
end.
I'll just assume it's coming in good. Okay.
Yeah, it's good on my end.
So it's like and that's just. I've been playing Terran a while, and it's still difficult for me. It's like sometimes my Marines don't go halfway into a battle.
I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff like that for all three of the races.
That's why I love this so much.
I mean, there's little intricacies like that with all three of the races. I just think that him playing Terran is going to be the most forgiving for the skill level he's at and the skill level that the rest of the league is at, where we're not all playing at a super high level.
Yeah.
So he has the ability to like kind of play more defensive and drag games out and hopefully catch someone off guard or capitalize on a mistake. Whereas if you're playing, I feel like if you're playing Zerg or even Protoss in some matchups, you have to be more aggressive or you just fall off. You just fall behind and then I feel like Terran's pretty oppressive late game once they get everything set up. But
a couple of mines.
Right, yeah. Once you get like 3 mines on the field, I mean the game basically ends.
Set.
Yeah, the game basically ends at that point. Okay. So yeah, that's Fridboy 10. What okay, our last newcomer. How do you say it? Is it Chaganano? Chagno?
Canoga Charles?
Canoga Charles? We're just gonna call him Chuck because I'm not saying Canoga Charles for another 10 minutes. Chuck, we don't know what he's playing. Allegedly, it's going to be Protoss.
Tentatively Protoss.
We also don't know if he's actually going to join the league. He's voiced time commitment being an issue for him. So we'll see.
This has never been us.
Yeah,
before.
honestly, guys, this will be the first time that something like this could happen. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Another guy with a little bit of RTS experience. I think he's played some AOE. So I know he's played Rise of Nations. Maybe some Age of Mythology, perhaps.
Maybe.
I don't think he's played any StarCraft or Warcraft in the past. So no Blizzard RTSs.
Don't think so.
So we'll see. It could be interesting. If he ends up playing, definitely someone to look out for. Someone to keep an eye on as the season progresses. So yeah, those are our 3 new players. Obviously, returning from the original iteration of the BSL are myself, Workaday Mango, Dango Blitz, and Zelly. Unfortunately, Gazret will not be able to join this season of the BSL as he has some schooling that he still is involved in, getting his
GED.
getting his GED, all that kind of fun
He can
stuff.
do it.
He can. We all believe in him. We all believe in him. But so yeah, there will be tentatively 7 of us, maybe 6 of us. We'll see how it goes. The exact format and schedule and all that kind of fun stuff, we're still working on hammering out the details for that. There've been some discussion of doing some more team-based, some more 2v2 based weeks for the newer players, so that they don't feel overwhelmed by just doing competitive 1v1 matches. So we'll see how that goes. Those are still in talks. We'll probably release another episode of BSL Talk probably in about a week or so. It's got all those details and everything on it once we get all that ironed out. Do you guys have any thoughts on the league in general? Things you're looking forward to? Anything like that?
It's hard for me to say without having a defined format just yet. I know we're going to talk about it more.
I mean, I would
Winning.
say we're
I look
probably
forward to winning.
I would say we're probably going to keep it pretty similar to the way we did it for BSL Season 2, where you play either 1 or 2, what do we call them, sets a week, and there's
and then it
two
kind
matches
of falls
per.
apart after 3 weeks.
Exactly. Well, we're gonna try and we're gonna try and not do that again. I guess would be the best way to put it. But I mean, I don't know. I think
a little bit of the ideas regarding the formats, or do we want to just say that for behind the scenes?
I
I think we can talk about it.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So Zelly and Workday Mango and we've been scheming some strategies, and one of the ideas was that some players just with the skill difference might not really have a chance to come out on top by the end. And so we were wondering if we could do kind of like a point-based system, kind of like we did last time. But last time with only the 1v1s, it was like, okay, well, if you won, there was your point. But for better in a 2v2 and just, like, let's say CJ this and be committed and play, we don't see him taking on Workday Mango, right? And so then the question is he just gonna give up 4 weeks in? He's like, I can't really win a game, so I'm done. Well,
Even if I do, I'm 7 games behind everybody else.
Well, I mean, I know with the old format, everybody made playoffs, so it wasn't. It was just the regular season was a lot for practice, like getting practice in high pressure,
Trying to get a good seed.
and seeding essentially. Which I think is probably still going to be the case. I don't think. I mean, regular season really isn't going to matter all that much. It's just to give you, meaningful practice games on, competitive maps, and to just kind of have something to do every week and have something to talk about.
Yep.
But I would have no problem if we did like a 1v1 week, and then we did like a 2v2 week the next week, and that counted for your points as well. Just as long as we balance it out, where you basically play a 2v2 with everyone else.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd like
Zelly
it to
and
be 1v1 centric
Yeah, no, 100%.
or weighted towards it, basically.
100%.
So Zelly and I had kind of the same idea independently, and it was actually I think Workday Mango came something similar too. The idea was you would have a team, and the teams would rotate. So what would happen is it depends how many people are playing, but you would let's say we have one person does a bye, and you have 2 teams of 3 every week, and they randomly rotate. What you do is you come together with your team that week, and you say, okay, we're gonna pick who are the players that are gonna do the 2v2, and who is the player who's gonna do the 1v1. And if your team wins any games, you get a slice of those points.
Right.
So what that does is that incentivizes you to pick the same thing every single time.
We could work
Because
with something like that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm tentatively in for pretty much anything.
No, yeah,
And
absolutely. I mean, I don't think any of us are going to be cutthroat about this. I'm pretty sure we're all going to have a.
Well,
what we could have is
Okay.
and this is all just speculation, but let's say Frid boys, and Chuck are down there, and it's like, well, why don't they can do the 1v1, and then next week, do the 1v1, and so it just can rotate.
Yeah.
But I mean, it depends what people want. It depends how we would find a way where everyone would be able to have enough 1v1s to make it worth it.
I mean, you almost have to do like week 1 is just exclusively 1v1s, and then week 2 you do like the team stuff, and then week 3 you do 1v1s again, and then you just that way you are guaranteeing everyone has a certain number of 1v1s, which is which at the end of the day I think is what the majority of the people in the league want to do, is have competitive 1v1 matches.
Down for that.
Obviously,
Do
this
you
is probably
think the
something we could
2v2s would like phase out later in the season?
probably,
Or-
yeah, probably the closer to playoffs we get, the less we do this. I mean, we could probably do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I mean, 7 people, so that's you're looking at probably like 7 or 8 weeks, and you could just do like the last 2 weeks. There's no 2v2s. It's just all 1v1s for the last 2 weeks or something like that. That way, the beginning of the season is more beginner friendly and gives people some more chances to play some like less stressful.
I like that.
Less. I mean, I don't want to say less competitive because obviously it would still be competitive matches. I mean, every league
It's not
matches.
all on you.
Right. Yeah, take some of the pressure and some of the stress off some of the newer players. So that's not a bad idea. We'll iron out the details for all that, and like I said, probably next week's episode of BSL Talk will have an update with all of the league format and probably the map pool. We probably need to figure out exactly what we're gonna do for map pool and playoff format and all that kind of stuff. I know we do all this work and then 50-50 chance that the league folds after 3 weeks. So
Now this is surviving.
even if it's just the 3 of us, we're just gonna play StarCraft every week and we'll just
Now,
talk.
I saw
We'll just
a
talk about it.
murderous fire in Jack's eyes.
Oh, okay. So you're right. You're right. We'll have at least 4
Yeah,
people.
there's 4 committed people.
Yeah, we'll have at least 4 people. That's for sure.
Workaday Mango and I have been playing on a new map every single time we play. All the IDs.
Sick brag, guys. Sick brag.
Absolutely no memorization of the maps happening, which usually leads to Workaday Mango's victory.
Isn't it like 5-4?
No.
Oh, what is
on
it?
new maps. I guess I won on a Heartbreak Ridge, but anyways.
You went on Heartbreak Ridge? You did dumb me in high school.
Ooh. That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut for all the true fans. Our true BSL stands will know what that deep cut means. Anything else you guys are looking forward to for the league?
I'm looking forward to the power projections every week.
Power rankings every week. Are we gonna do power rankings this week, or do you want to wait till next week when we're doing a lot of like the preseason stuff? Because I'm pretty sure if we do them this week, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure if we do them this week, they're going to be probably the exact same as next week. I don't think they're going to change. I don't think they're going to change all that much. Well, I'm interested to see how much they differ, to be honest, because I think the 3 of us are going to have similar but probably pretty different power rankings in general.
I'm just let it rip. Honestly.
You want to just let it go? Do you want me to? Okay, here. Here's what I'll do. We'll talk about what race everybody's playing, and then we'll do some quick power rankings. So here, let me switch the overlay really quick. Okay. All right. So we've got myself and Zelly returning our 2 returning Zerg players. Really excited that I only have to play 1 ZVZ instead of 2. Not super excited to have to play 2 ZVTs, but I'll get through it.
Practice, though.
Also, one of them is Frid Boy, so like I'm not that worried about it. Like I'm just gonna crush him. And then so our 2 Terran players, Dango Blitz and Frid Boy 10, as we briefly discussed earlier. Are you gonna mentor him, Dango? Are you gonna give him some tips?
Sure. I mean, if he's willing to put some time into it, I will get on all day, any day.
You hear that, Ben? Get on.
Quit your job.
Quit your job. It's not even that great. Coke was better. Just kidding. Just kidding. Mountain Dew Game Fuel, everyone. Mountain Dew Game Fuel, right there.
We got the ads going.
Check it out. Oh yeah, the ads are running. Ads are running. And then our Protoss players don't even need to. I'm on top of this. Our Protoss players, Workaday Mango, Lucky J, and Chuck. Not
Prospectively Chuck.
Prospectively Chuck. So in the event that Chuck does drop out, we've got a pretty nice spread of 2-2-2, which I think is going to make for interesting matchups, and it gives everybody a pretty equal amount of practice. I think in the first iteration of the BSL, we had like 3 Zerg players, 1 Terran, and 1 Protoss, and it was pretty ridiculous because I felt like I was playing a ZVZ every week, and I just hated myself. It was just the worst. It's not fun. It's not
I
fun.
watched some from pros.
Right? No, they're a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fun. They're fun if you really like Zerglings and Mutalisks.
I mean, yeah, they had Zerglings, Mutalisks. They were killing each other's drone. It was like
yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I know. If you lose a drone, if you lose a drone, you lose the matchup. It's insane.
It was one drone. It was one drone to like 3 drones.
I wanted to talk about this.
You want to talk about ZVZs?
No. Well, that's part of it. But last time this league came together, we got really into it, and we started memorizing all the build orders. And I think that was really great, and I think we're going to come back to that at a certain point. But I really think that people psych themselves out, and I think that build orders are only worth as much as you're able to use them. And I think that we are not at the skill level able to use them to their capacity. So
I agree.
I said this earlier. It's like you can complain about, ZVZ might be a little different, but you can say, oh, well, I messed up at this build order at this point. It's like, well, yeah, sure, but siege tanks were going to invade you. That's the law. That's how it works. And so, new strategies are going to be a lot more effective in this league.
I think at first for sure.
More people are willing to just play around with the game and not like stick so strictly to a build order. Not only will they be less stressful,
I agree. I definitely think. I mean, that's pretty common in most games. Is that aggressive strategies early on when, like, for example, I know a lot of like trading card games, aggressive strategies when like new expansion packs comes out are always really popular because it's just really difficult to answer them if you don't know exactly what's coming. I think that's going to be pretty common for early on, is to just play aggressive early and take advantage of people that that might not exactly know how to counter it or know how to best fend off early aggression. So that's something that's not readily apparent when you first start playing a game. So I think that's probably pretty accurate. But any thoughts about who people are playing, what races they're playing? I know the 3 of us are pretty firmly cemented in what we're playing. I'm excited to see how Lucky J does with Protoss after having played Zerg in StarCraft 2.
That's such a
should be interesting. Yeah, it is, but it isn't. I think honestly, Zerg in StarCraft 2 is pretty different from Zerg in StarCraft and Brood War.
Why
From
is that?
From what I understand, it's just like the general mindset between playing them is not exactly the same.
Okay.
From everything I've understood and watched. Granted, I haven't played a lot of StarCraft 2, so I might be talking out of my ass right now, and I might just be completely wrong. And I'm going to get a bunch of comments in the comment section of this YouTube video from other people to watch. I mean, if you want to roast me, please just like and subscribe and comment below. I'll gladly take the trash. But yeah, I know Nick was considering a switch, or sorry, Zelly was considering a switch from Zerg, but he decided to stick with the man's race, like I knew he would in the end. Like I knew he would in the end. Only real men can play Zerg. It's not a big deal. You guys are just filthy Protoss and Terran players.
Are we about to get into power ranking?
Yeah, if you want to, we can get into power rankings.
I gotta grab my charger. If you guys want to fill some time.
Oh yeah, sure. No, yeah, go ahead. We'll just fill a bunch of dead air while you go grab your charger. This is just. Oh, are you gonna leave too? Am I just gonna fill this dead air?
No, I got some thoughts.
Oh, okay, yeah, go for it. What do you got?
I think Jack's a mystery, but I think that Jack's just sheer number, like the amount of time he's been playing this game recently, should benefit him when he starts. And so for this reason, post-preface this, I'm actually going to put Zelly temporarily the experienced players pack. So obviously above Fred Boys, obviously above Chuck.
Wait, say that again, because you cut out a little bit. You're gonna put Zelly where?
The bottom of the experienced players group.
Oh no, I disagree.
Oh, and here's why. And I'll hear your thoughts after. But in the matches he played you with last league on the ZBZs, granted ZBZs are different, he seemed to get the most fixated on build orders than anybody else. In watching those ZBZs when I was doing some of those replays, you were able to more organically respond to some of that stuff. And he would just commit all in on a strategy that he picked.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think he can easily come back and honestly be the best out of anybody. I mean, he's got like some of the best AOE experience here. Workday Mango says he's better than him at AOE secretly, but so I think he could come back. But I think as long as he gets psyched out by the build orders and just overcommits to them, I think he's gonna stay at the bottom. And so that's kind of me to not think so strictly about, oh, if I lose that drone, I'm done, or I just have to get all these Zerglings out to hit, the Terran bunker at the time marker, or it's over.
Yeah, that's fair. What is? I'm getting messages, but I don't know where they're from. I'm trying to mute them so that it doesn't keep popping up. Okay. Hopefully that fixed it. Sorry, everybody. Sorry about that.
That's not even supposed to be a hit on Zelly.
No, I agree. I just think he's definitely the better player than I am. Just RTS in general. Also, I haven't been putting much practice into this. I don't know how much he has. I think it's pretty. I don't think any of us are gonna upset too many people when we say that Chuck is probably number 7 and Frid Boys is probably number 6. I don't think that's gonna. Excuse me. I don't think that's gonna surprise anybody too much. Two people who have never played the game before and who are just, never done anything like this before. Number 5 for me, honestly, is probably myself. I think myself and oh yeah, you think? I think probably me and Zelly are probably a close 4 or 5. And then probably Jack is probably my number 3. Workaday Mango number 2, Dangle Bliss number 1. Boom. There's my hot take power rankings. There's that face.
Absolutely.
Here's that face. What's up? Here comes the classic Workaday Mango. I think I'm like probably 3rd or 4th.
I'm 1.
Okay. All right. There it is.
If I've learned anything from the game, it can't be nice anymore.
Okay. I respect it. Honesty. So you're saying you're 1.
I'm 1. Dangle Blitz is 2. Kron is 3.
That's a crazy.
Zelly's 4. Lucky J's 5.
Jack, take him out. Just practice PvP every night and just destroy him.
Yeah, do it. All right. Putting myself at 1 because it's 5-4, I think, or 4-3, whatever it is.
I mean, I think the two of you are pretty much going to be the unanimous 1-2. I don't think anybody's going to, at least to start the season. I don't see anybody else.
I put you at 3 because Zelly had before about how he said he actually wants to play the game now, but he's telling me about how originally just I think 9 pool, and then that didn't work, just like
he I remember that he just 9 pooled every game.
So I think you probably have more built up knowledge about playing a complete Zerg game.
Probably, but still.
I put you at 3. Put Zelly at 4. I put Lucky J, Jack at 5 because
that's what I'm saying.
I know. It was mostly because of the race that he played in StarCraft 2, and he got to Golden. He switched.
Well, he was telling us that he played a bunch of Protoss in StarCraft 2 and went on like a 9-game winning streak.
Oh Jesus!
Throw him 1. No, it's too late. You already hot take put him at 5. It's over. Yep. Jack, number 5.
I'm legit scared for him.
I'll probably.
I mean, he's definitely gonna rise up the rankings probably faster than anybody else. I mean, he's gonna. You give him a couple of weeks. You just give him the taste.
him a controller.
No, it's too late.
well.
You're
Yeah,
you can't.
I put my hot take out there.
Yeah,
You're right. I
yeah,
put it
you
out
can't
there.
change it. I mean, these are preseason power rankings.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way we're all gonna be right about these. What do you
So
got?
We get clicks.
Yeah, what do you got, Dango?
So I'm saying workday number 1, temporarily. But
Dab
I
on
got
it.
I got some strategies in the works which I think will crumble on her. Think until he figures out what I'm doing.
What, building tanks?
I'm gonna say yeah. Just your strategy is to play Terran because if that's the case, you got him.
Something like that.
Build vultures, kidnap, protest children, sacrifice Satan.
Me number 2.
Yep.
And then here's where it gets dicey.
Oh, here we go. Just
This
hot
is the
take.
dicey part.
Hot take.
I think
Just hot take the
I
next
think-
3 real quick.
Hot takes only.
2 weeks. Crown bomb number 3.
So same as me.
For same as you.
Sorry,
I think
so,
depending
wait,
on
hold
how
on.
much-
You cut out for me. So you have me 3, Zelly 4, Lucky J 5, just like Rookie.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, sorry. So you have me 3.
I think depending on how much you are willing to, both of those other people might have more RTS skill. There's a lot of little things that you could continue to master that you've already mastered that you can just upset them with.
Maybe.
But I think that's up for the future to see. Number 4, Lucky J. So I'm different from Roy here.
Okay.
I'm using Workday Mango's logic. That Zelly sticks. It's exactly what I said. He goes 9 cool, and he breaks, and he'll go into a match picking a strategy. There was one match I played him where I think it was the same thing. I think he 9 pulled, I put a bunker up, and then it was over after that.
Yeah, it was curtains.
I think it'll be better this season.
Yeah,
actually.
100%.
But,
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
especially now that we got Fred boys who they're like best friends, and we
Yeah.
got Lucky J who
Well, they're brothers, right?
cousins.
Well, they're the same parent.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, brother from another mother. So I think he's gonna have. I think he's gonna have a little bit more motivation this time to expand his strategies and yeah, exactly. So
This is just my big gaming prediction. So
yeah, Those are like I said, preseason hot take predictions. Expect them to change drastically as the season goes on. Expect
Really?
to hear a lot of Terran complaining. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm interested to see how players are just good against certain players rather than just being better than everybody in general.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it'll get really dynamic.
A lot of mental blocks. That classic little brother, older brother mentality. I got that up on Fred Boys already. I'm going in with
That classic I took your parents mentality.
But yeah, it should be interesting. All right. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Oh, no. I got nothing.
All right. It was exciting. We will be back probably same time next week with our format finalization update for everybody. Maybe have a guest on. We'll see whose schedule is free. We'll see. We don't know. We're not going to promise anything because all of our fans out there, we don't want to let them down. But all right, boys. Thanks for coming on. Excited for the BSL. We said season 3, season 2.5, something like that. We don't really know.
Like that. Yeah.
BSL 2019, we'll call it. But yeah, excited to get it going. And thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next week.